March has to be better. March has to be better. Oh, God. Hello, everybody. My name is Carrie. If you're new here, hi and welcome. And if you're coming back, hi, welcome. Taylor Swift was truly right when she said that all my mornings are Mondays stuck in an endless February. And oh God, were we stuck. February 28th, the last day, it wasn't so bad. I'm being a little exaggerating. Like, it wasn't so bad, but I pulled myself out of the mood I was in, which is really good. Just wasn't a good day. Wasn't a good day. But we're gonna bounce back from it, okay? Of course, it's Monday, March 3rd, as I record this. It's gonna be a long day, too. Still working on things that happened on the last day, on the 28th. It'll all be better, it'll all be good, we'll be fine. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about, what I read. Which is like, zilch to nothing. Okay, that's not true, but like, was not good. I had hopes for my February reads, I really did. And I was really let down. Almost. So for one of my classes called Monsters and Literature, I finished Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Really interesting from, like, this is really different because when, like, you hear or, like, see adaptations of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, it's all like, oh, we see Dr. Jekyll turn into Mr. Hyde, or we see this character turn into their other, like, personality, per se. You don't see that in this at all. We get, like, one account about it from a character who isn't the main character, and that's another thing. The main character telling the story is not Dr. Jekyll. His name is Mr. Utterson. He's a lawyer, and I know this is a short story, but Mr. Utterson is, like, the worst character to lead a story this fascinating because we don't even get to see into the mind of Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. And Mr. Utterson, it's like, literally the opening chapter that describes him is like, he's a very lovable guy, like, he just kind of attaches to you and he's really nice. And then he's just this one-dimensional character. Like, he is so plain and boring that in my class we did character development that was happening in the novel, and I got assigned to Mr. Utterson, and I was just like, this dude does not change. He is just like, interesting. Dr. Jekyll has left his will to Mr. Hyde. Who is Mr. Hyde? I think I should discover who this person is. Like, that's just him. Like, he does not change at all. He does not actually, like, dive into Dr. Jekyll's, like, life or anything, because, like, they're kind of friends, kind of not. Very interesting if you actually read it. This probably did numbers back when it was released. I'm trying to remember what I gave it. At least reading this book helped me at least get one of the challenges on Goodreads in February. I'm kind of into that, the challenges, and I know some people aren't, but I don't know, I think it just would help me really get back into reading, especially to read a book, at least, or finish a book at least every month. Oh yeah, I gave it like a 2-star rating. I think I'd rather watch the VeggieTales adaptation of this. Oh yeah, my review was, men will create a split personality that stomps on little girls and murders old men instead of going to therapy. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll actually is really selfish. So like I said, I read Dr. Jekyll and Hyde for this Monsters and Literature class that I'm in. I read Frankenstein because of this class, and now, because of this class, I'm reading Jaws. Where to begin? Who's my favorite character, you may ask? It's the shark. The shark is literally the most likable person in this book. Character in this book. I don't think this is no shocker to anyone. Vastly different from the movie. A little more interesting though, like plot point wise. You know, you hardly see the shark. And I think that's what gives it like a level of suspense too. I think it's kind of like what Dr. Jekyll and Hyde did. Like you hardly see like Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. Well, actually you see Mr. Hyde more than Dr. Jekyll. But anyways, it's that like element of like less screen time to create suspense. The description of the shark attacks, minimal but effective. Like it's just like, ooh, like it's got some one-liners that really just makes you go like, ooh, like I'm curling my toes right now just thinking about one of the lines. Do not like the main character, don't like his wife. Yeah, literally just still reading it, almost towards the end. Alright, so the first book that was originally on my February TBR, I chose it in my January wrap-up video. That really disappointed me is Skin of the Sea. I have a review of it, well, not even a review. I have an explanation of why I DNF'd it on my Instagram. It's such a good premise, but so little description, and everything is moving so fast. And I think I kind of, and I don't want to do this, but I did compare it to Percy Jackson. It had the elements where it's like, okay, something happens. We need to do this. Something happens. We need to go here. Like there is an end goal of where they need to go, and like all these other things happen, but it happens way too fast and we're given such little description. And like the premise is so cool. Like she's a mermaid and she helps souls like who have fallen into the water, like from slave ships. You know, she guides them to the other side, like makes it easier for their pain, for their souls. I hate to say it, but I think just a lot of like wasted potential. At least like, yeah, no, I mean, potential. Such a great storyline, just so little detail, and I'm someone who like thrives on detail. So this is more of a soft DNF, Deja Dead. And I said I was excited to read this because of me watching Bones. I think my brain is just too connected with the show right now because I was finding myself looking up stuff like, is Booth in this? Like, maybe they just gave him like another name. And there is a character who kind of reminds me of Booth in a way in here. Another very different from its adaptation. It just, I hate to say, I mean, it makes me want to watch the show, but still, like, it's not making me want to read the source material more. Like, the descriptions are very good, as in, like, description of the skeletons, description of the body at, like, the crime scene. It's very gross and interesting, but, like, it's good. But, yeah, I think my brain is just a little too much right now, because I haven't even been watching Bones. Last time I watched it, I think, was literally October. But, like, this is making me want to watch the show, and I'm like, okay, if I can't stop thinking about the show while reading this, I think it's a me problem. I think I have to at least, like, finish the show or something so my brain can be like, all right, I know this is different. Like I knew it was different before, like, getting into this, but I'm like, okay, now I know how different this will really be. Just a little soft DNF for now, also just because life got in the way, and this book is a thickie. I'm fine when a book looks like this, honestly. It's just life got in the way too. Life got in the way. Here I was, soft DNFing Deja Dead. And I was like, this is not good. I need a win. I seriously need a win. And I was worried because this book was also thick. The chapters are fast. Very good so far. It's building up the anticipation. It's building up secrets. And there was a huge thing that happened between one of the main character's daughter, who is like the only daughter, I think, who gets her own chapter. So this follows Ever, Lindsay, and Josie. They each have daughters in ballet. Ever's daughter, B, is the only one who, so far, gets her own chapter next to the other mothers. Ever's husband has passed away. Lindsay thinks her husband is cheating, and Josie thinks that, like, she and her daughter, Savvy, are like this. It's like they are, but you can see they're not. In the back of the book is like, and Josie thinks that Savvy's just doing okay. Yeah, I don't think Josie's doing okay. But it's super good. There are a lot of ballet references in here, names, forms, dances, you know. Stuff that I don't really understand, but I mean, I'm doing just fine continuing on with the book. I mean, there are stuff where I'm like, oh, I know what that is. But this is super good, and I think what works in its favor is the fact that they don't have chapter names. It's just the character names. So wait, I realize you probably can't even see. It doesn't even say like chapter 3 or anything. This is not chapter 3, but you know, just has the characters' names. And I think that's what's been helping me too. I mean, the chapters are fast. Like, there is a lot of description. Not too much, but like just enough that all of a sudden you're like, oh, the next chapter. Wow, okay. Like you know what you need to know. And that's awesome because the secret is still building up and things are happening. There is drama in this because someone's daughter didn't get the main lead and there's a new coach who I think is going to be very predatorial towards one of the characters' daughters. And I'm a little nervous for it, but if it has the mothers beating his ass at the end, then I'm all in for it. I am actually super excited to see where this goes, and there's even a little, introduction, what is it? No, it's like an author's note. Yeah, author's note at the beginning from the author Tammy Greenwood. If you get this book, you have to read the author's note because it is so sweet. It is so cute. And she's just like, you know, I wanted to, like, her daughter is in ballet and I guess like has made a huge career out of it. And so she's like, this is a love letter to ballet. It's just so sweet. It's so cool because she actually, she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's talking about in terms of dance classes, rehearsals, actually performing something, all the moves a ballet dancer has to do. I think this is great. For someone who doesn't really know ballet like that, this book's phenomenal so far. It's awesome. Alright, so in the event that I do finish The Still Point this March, I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to pull out 2 books from my TBR jar or if I want to, I don't know if I want to read The Meadowbrook Murders by Jessica Goodman and The Legacies by her as well, just because this is newer. This came out, and because I pre-ordered The Meadowbrook Murders, I got my chance of a free book. So I chose The Legacies, totally free, except I did go to Books & Co. because I thought these two were going to show up together. This showed up first, but not The Legacies. So I went out and found it. And I got it for a bargain. Books & Co., if there's one in your state, they have great bargain sales. Great bargain sales, deals, awesome. But I like this cover more, so I think I'm just gonna go to like a secondhand bookstore and like sell this or donate it. But I don't know, cause I mean I need to read, like, okay, Snoopy's kind of blocking it, but look at all these books. Part of me really wants to pull from the TBR jar. I think I'm going to. Oh, and Meadowbrook Murders and Legacies are not in the TBR jar. Ooh, okay. I'm going to read this one. Oh, pardon me, Woodstock. The Obsession by Jessie Q. Sutanto? I'm sorry if that's wrong. Super cool. When I read the back of this, I was like, oh yeah, like this is a girl gets revenge story. A guy is stalking a girl and she figures it out because the guy thinks she's in love with him. Not the case. The girl is like, oh, I'm gonna get revenge for this. So I think she's probably had some past with him. Yeah, Logan thinks he and Delilah are meant to be. Delilah doesn't know who Logan is. Logan believes no one knows Delilah like he does. He makes sure of it by learning everything he can, watching her through a hidden camera. Just real quick to all the men out there, that's not how you do it. That's not how you get a girl. Some might call him a stalker. Logan prefers to be called romantic. Delilah is keeping secrets though, deadly ones. There's so much more to her than meets the eye. Logan is determined to make Delilah the heroine in his twisted fantasy, and he'll do anything to get what he wants. Delilah is done with the men in her life controlling her. If Logan won't let her go, she'll make him. Let's go. Come on, let's go. I think the cover is pretty simple too. I'm not gonna lie, I do not like this font up here. This is so cool. I love like this, and then there's this font. But that's me. Okay, so The Obsession. Yes! Ooh, where is it? Woodstock. I picked up this book because I was like, ooh, okay, water stuff. Like, I love the ocean. It's called The Hidden by Melanie Golding. If you know, this is so awesome for March. Because if you know Irish folklore, there is something called a selkie. A selkie is it's like a mermaid, but women turn into seals. Women turn into seals, and there's this whole thing that when a selkie steps onto land and sheds her like seal skin, obviously becomes a woman. If a man takes her shedded seal skin, tongue twister, then she is not able to go back into the water. So selkies need their seal skin, tail, whatever you want to call it, to go back into the ocean. And men taking the selkies' tails because, you know, it's just like mermaid folklore anyways. The women are beautiful. Because men take them, they don't ever want the women to return back to the ocean. So they trap the women. I think this kind of has a woman thinking that she is a selkie, and I'm hoping she truly is. Because that would be so cool. Someone's like mentally unstable wife insists she is descended from mythological selkies. Yeah, so I think that woman like murders her husband or something, or the husband is found dead, but like the wife is just like, I'm a selkie, I need to go back to the ocean. Everyone's like, what are you talking about? So that's really cool. Okay, wow. That's so cool for an Irish folklore for this month. Last one. Woo! My best friend's exorcism. Pretty sure the title kind of explains it. Pretty self-explanatory, if I may say. Well, there you have it. Everything I'm going to be reading, hopefully in the month of March, at least, if not all in the month of March, because I can see that happening. Definitely a nice little setup to help me at least change genres, maybe even just be a little shorter of a read, which I am totally fine with. I think these three are a very good bunch to read for the next chapter in my reading journey. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. This is all just really good. So just to recap, little detail, DNF, soft DNF, life got in the way. Really good, and I wish I could skip all my classes to read this and finish this book immediately. Well, immediately because it's so good. I have 2 tests to study for though. Rooting for the shark at the end because everyone in this book is extremely unlikable. Getting back into my thriller reads, very excited for this one. Girl Gets Revenge. Irish folklore in the month of March? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Mermaids? Hell yeah. Possibly horror and supernatural stuff? Oh, hell yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Come on. And look at this cover. It's a VHS tape. This is so, ooh, this looks so good. Like the hair, the 80s stuff. You know, I felt a disturbance when I chose those books back at the beginning of February. At least I didn't know that one would really get my attention. And of course it had to be the last one. I'm just really excited to continue The Still Point by Tammy Greenwood. I seriously can't wait for The Hidden Book, and I wonder how the obsession is going to end, because if it's girl getting revenge, then I wonder just how far she'll have to go to actually like get it, and like, you know, she doesn't want men controlling her life. Just how far will she go for that? I kind of like those kind of books. And then My Best Friend's Exorcism, I've heard a lot about that. I kind of remember hearing it faintly on Book Talk. I know that is a touchy subject nowadays. But I'm excited to read it. I think the cover looks fantastic. I think all these covers are simplistic but perfect. I mean, my sister grabbed The Still Point randomly off a shelf at Barnes & Noble for me because I told her to. And great book so far. I'm super excited for the month of March, being that it is the month where my Irish heritage is put on display for commercialism and vastly other activities such as excessive drinking. But I'm really excited because I do like the Irish folklore, and I have a video coming up. Whoa! I have a video coming up about the Irish folklore. Characters, stories, and selkies are a part of that. So I'm super excited to create that video. I haven't made it yet, but I'm really excited. And I have spring break coming up in like, what, 2 weeks? So I'm just planning to chill and relax and like read as much as I can during that time. I'm so excited for this month. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe Tell me if you've read any of these books, even the ones I DNF'd and chose from my TBR jar. And if you have read any of the books that I'm reading in my Monsters and Lit class, please let me know and what you thought about them. First it was Frankenstein, then Jekyll and Hyde, and now Jaws. So if you read those books, please let me know who was your favorite character, what you probably didn't like about those books, or anything else that's on your mind. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you'll have a great night, day, evening, whatever time it is. I hope you're doing well. Bye!